see if I can do this without screwing up. Just kidding. I'm Mike Dimas, and this is Pinball Shenanigans. Alright, you shenaniganders, welcome back to Frontier, episode 6. I just came down to putter away. I've got an hour, then I realized all my tools, well, most of them, are in my car, so I'm just going to see what I can do without my tools. So I'm going to have to get creative. I already got a little head start. I peeled off, successfully, the old sticker, and I gotta tell you, like, you can really smell the old adhesive. It's kind of potent, but the fact that it all came off is nice, because now it's a nice flat surface, so that'll be good for when I put on the new decal, which I had in stock, because last time I bought these, I bought like 2 or 3 of them. So that's done. This could, you know, maybe get stuck somewhere. I just don't know how long that'll last. That'll probably just fall into the garbage one day. We'll leave it there for now. Okay, so what's this? Oh, my diodes. So I thought I'd have a look at this solenoid driver. I did a bunch of upgrades to it. If you've been watching this series, you remember. Then I plugged it in, and I was getting a very bizarre humming noise coming from this board, and I decided to remove it, turn the machine off, and just put the all-tech driver board back in. So I thought, well, maybe I bridged a couple headers together when I was reflowing them all, and then I discovered something. The two 5-volt test points on the solenoid driver board can be tied together. On the solder side of the driver board, jump test point 1 and 3 together. Be careful to apply this to the correct test points. Well, guess what I didn't do? First thing I checked when I just busted this board out, before I even checked the headers, I'm like, hey, what test point is that anyway? It's test point 5. So that'll be my problem. I just got to move this down to here, and we might be in business. And I've got my solder. I've got my soldering iron down here still, so I can do that. And hopefully I didn't screw up anything on this board by doing that, because these are 2 different voltages. I think maybe, yeah, one's 12 and one's 5, so hopefully I didn't blow any chips or anything, but I didn't smell any smoke or any weird electrical smells. So hopefully I can just move that wire over, pop this in, and see if everything is all hunky-dory. Alright, there we go. The proper test points have been tied together, and I'll pop this in the machine and see what we get. Alright, solenoid driver is reinstalled, and I have fairly high hopes for this, so let's see what happens. I don't hear that crazy speaker buzz right now. That's a good start. No sounds coming from the solenoid driver. And the main symptom was that the displays were being weird. So that's partly what inspired me to rebuild the solenoid driver. So the next big test is to check the displays. Nice! Okay, that is excellent news. Okay, before I forget, I need to adjust this voltage pot here, this potentiometer, to a voltage that is somewhere around 180. because after rebuilding this, that voltage may have changed. I might have been messing with the dial. So I just want to make sure that that's at 180 volts. But this is really good news because now the expense of this machine will just be the few parts that I bought to redo the board. A fuse and a couple caps and a couple resistors and some solder, compared to the cost of an entire new board. So now I can keep this for testing and just keep it in my stash, which is great. That was the idea. That was the goal. And also I was hoping to not have to send this out to my board repair guy, because that's $30 shipping each way, and then the cost of the repair, which in this case would have been moving a little jumper wire. So once again, I am the problem and the solution, and but at least that was a good learning lesson, right? It's written out there in plain English. Don't screw up the jumper. But this is pinball shenanigans, so what do you expect? Damn it, my multimeter's in the car. I'll have to put that one on the to-do list. I just remembered one of the other symptoms that I was having is that the flippers weren't working, which I think these are the flippers, potentially. But I did reflow the header, so that might have been the solution there. So let's find out. All right, good. All right, you want to watch me attempt to put on this decal? I should move this out of the way a bit. See if I can do this without screwing up. Just kidding. I'm not that dumb. I hope you guys are screaming at your television set, though. I really should use my glasses, though. Ooh, that's pretty damn good. Holy poop. That is pretty impressive. Check this out. How's that alignment? Better than the factory worker. You can see the old adhesive in the corner there. They didn't even get it right. Friggin' hire me, Bally. I'm that good. Okay, I probably unnecessarily did just a couple more little touch-ups to the spinner of black. And I'm going to do one more. Whoa, this is going to make you puke. I'm going to do one more pass over of yellow. And then maybe tomorrow I will give it a clear coat, but I'm happy with how it turned out. I like the high gloss look. And now I'm going to work on the plastics, just clean them up. I've been toying with the idea, which is the kind of warpy one, this one. Toying with the idea of baking it, but it's so very subtle. I don't know. I might want to bake this flat. Everything else is pretty darn good. I don't want to risk any plastics unnecessarily. This will be about the only other one that could be. No, that's fine. It's just a little bow. And then the corner guys, they're fine. I did actually find one little chip in one of these plastics. Nope, not one of those. Is that a chip there? It could be a chip there. Or was it over here? Yeah, this guy. Oh, wait, no. Ah, that's what I thought was a chip. But you can see the black border around there, so that's actually fine. So, Plastics are darn near perfect. There's no black border around there, so that is probably a chip. Anyway, just a little magic eraser and some soapy water should do the trick. Alright, plastics are all cleaned up, including pop bumper caps. Most of the paint is still on these guys. A little bit of wear there, but I didn't even use any soapy water. I was just super careful with the pop bumper caps. You use a little bit of rubbing alcohol and bye-bye paint. But yeah, they're pretty dusty and they're nice and shiny now. So I may or may not do a little tutorial on how to flatten a plastic. I've done it before. So I'm experienced. I've done it once, actually maybe 2 or 3 times now. And I've only screwed up one, and that was on Trident, where I left it in the oven too long and it started to do little micro bubbles. And I played on that Trident very recently, but I forgot to check on the bubbles. Anyway, hopefully I don't do any of that with this piece if I go ahead with that. But I'm making some decent progress without having any tools. Okay, I gotta wrap things up for the moment. I was looking to see if I had any lane guides in my stash. Despite having 100 of them in this bin, there are practically none that are the correct length, which is that length there, 2 1/4, I believe. Basically everything else you're gonna find in there is 2 1/2. Like this guy here, whatever size that is, anyway. And yeah, so I'm debating on should I just use the originals, because 2 are basically perfect. 1 has a tiny chip and a little crack. The other has a bigger chip and a couple cracks. That one also actually has a crack. So if I were to order new lane guides, I'm trying to debate, what will this look like? Do I want opaque red, transparent red, opaque white, transparent blue? Probably, I don't know, thinking blue looks pretty cool. It's got the like little lines in the plastic there, so it kind of diffuses the light a little bit better than just straight transparent. You kind of get that hot spot. It's very subtle. But yeah, I'm not sure which route I'm going to take yet. So I'll think about that and I'll be back in a couple hours. Alright, I'm back and I got my tools, so let's adjust the high voltage for the displays. I've heard of people lowering them as low as 160, 170, but I think the factory spec is 190. I'm gonna go 180. So let's see what it currently is. I'm gonna remove the shield. And go to DC voltage. Test point 2. What do we got? Look at that. 180. 179.7. Perfect. Okay. That is good. What's next? I think we're gonna bake some plastics. Hey, you wanna watch me vacuum first? Isn't that fun? I I know you didn't really have that good of a view, but look at that. That's in nice shape. All right, let's go baking. All right, ready to do some baking? So I Googled, baking plastics flat. Found a really helpful tutorial done by some channel called Pinball Shenanigans. And the results were good. So we're gonna emulate what that cool dude did. I recommend checking that channel out. It's pretty rad, actually. So yeah, 200 degrees. We got 2 plastics. That one hardly really needs anything, but you know what? Since I'm doing one, I might as well do 2. And yeah, get a better bang for my buck. So we'll close that up, and then so 200 degrees for like 8 to 10 minutes, and you just kind of want to watch. Keep an eye on these guys. You will literally see them start to flatten right in front of your eyes. Maybe more so if you have light. There we go. And then I will throw some cardboard on top of the plastics, a couple books on top of the cardboard, and then like something heavy on top of that. So I'll show you that. I'll report back in about 5 minutes. Okay, the oven just reached 200 degrees. Set the timer for 10 minutes so I don't forget and mess things up. But let's have a sneak peek here. Holy shit, it's already starting to flatten. I don't think these are gonna last another like 3 minutes, let alone 10, so I will be right back in like 2 minutes. Okay, I think that's about as much as I want these guys in the oven. I don't have my oven mitt ready. Yeah, that's looking pretty darn good. So now, throw on some cardboard. It's not quite long enough, but it should be okay. Just got a couple of these books. And I should put this whole thing on a flat surface, but it's still hot, so let's not do that yet. And throw that on, and timer off, bake off, timer off. There we go. Okay, that's it. Just gotta wait it out. We'll come back maybe 20-30 minutes and see how it went. Okay, while I wait for my plastics to cool down, I should have enough time to LED the playfield. Well, let's have a look here at the before. Well, it's kind of hard when I've got this light on, got this light on. That's what we're looking at. It's actually quite a number of LEDs. Quite the number of bulbs. I would guess. You want to play a guessing game? How many bulbs does this machine have? Including back box, general illumination, coin door. Let's play a game. I'm gonna guess 114. Okay, remember that, 114. You guys place your bet, and then at some point we'll figure out what the total is. All right, I'll do a couple live here with y'all. It's my strategy here. Just a regular old paintbrush. That cleans it perfectly. That'll be a natural white. I've said this before, but if you get into Q-tips and rubbing alcohol, you're just turning this soot into mud. Can you see how black that is? Yeah. That is a black ass ring. But, look at that. Perfect. No liquid needed whatsoever. Natural. Do they look blue through the lens? Yeah, they do look blue. In real life, they don't look blue. But, yeah, I'll time-lapse these guys for fun. Okay, so middle playfield is somewhat done. There's at least 2 that are not working. Right? Maybe just the 1. I'm so zoomed in here. This guy is not working. And that might be it. But there was some ooze from the batteries on the MPU that dripped down onto the lamp driver board. So, you know, maybe got a transistor or 2 that are bad. I'm expecting to have to change a couple. Anyway, I'm going to move on to the nastiest zone. Some good dirt up in there, but I'll get it all out. Okay, I think I got the playfield done, but I have to get this pesky bulb from under the apron. So now is as good of time as any to remove the apron. It's a little sticky, and clean underneath. Oh yeah, that's crusty. I'll polish that up all nicely and change that bulb. None of the coin door lights are working, so I'll do that and then I'll be right back. Alright, just a little bit of elbow grease is all that took. Remove the 2 clips and clean them with green scrubby. But that cleaned up nicely. It was pretty gunky actually. And I tried to clean this ever so gently with just water, and even that was starting to take away the paint. So got to be so careful with the shooter gauges and the aprons. So I just gave a very gentle wipe down with, look at this, gave it the most gentlest wipe, and there's still blue paint all over the cloth. And that's strictly water, so don't wipe and clean your paint right off of your metals there. You won't be happy. So you're just gonna have to live with adhesive like that and a little bit of rust like that. I'm not messing with that. Okay, moving on to the back box LEDs. I don't normally bother with these like burn lines. I've never really tried to address them, but I just did one with a bit of magic eraser, and seems to do a pretty good job. So I'll spend an extra 3 minutes and get rid of the ugliest of them. Okay, the machine is fully LED'd. Since these coin inserts are green, I went with green LEDs for that, and I think it looks pretty cool. I don't have the adapters installed yet, so let's actually go into lamp test. This is where we'll get, oh yeah, I can really see the green now. Okay, this will really, tell me which bulbs are working and which aren't, and demonstrate the flicker. Okay, so I can see 3 den of predator animals that are not working. so far. Oh, and I changed all the 4x bonus multiplier lights to blue because they were just white, and I thought I'd add some extra color. Anything else out yet? Oh, spinner. Hey, that actually wasn't working before. I think that was just not going off in attract mode then. Oh, and it looks like kind of like warm white clown puke in the back box through the camera. It doesn't look so obnoxious in person, but definitely, you know, there's some of these LEDs that came from Davis Still, some that maybe came from pinballrom.com. I mean, pinballleds.ca. So they're LEDs from different sources, and you can really tell the difference. So it would be nice if it was consistent, but we'll see if it makes any difference with the back glass on. If it's obnoxious, I will swap them out until they look relatively equal. But I've got a few bulbs to remedy, so 4 of them, I guess. And yeah, I'll stick in the Siegecraft adapters now, and then we can actually see what it looks like without all the glitchiness. Okay, actually, before I put in the adapters, I really should address the lamps that aren't working first, because I may have to pull the board and change some transistors, and if I install these, then it makes removing the connectors a little bit more challenging, so I'm going to hold off on that for now, but let's see how our plastic baking operation went. These things are friggin' perfectly flat. How about that? And no damage. Don't forget to clean your plastics first, or else you'll like bake the dirt right in. But yeah, that is success. I am very pleased. I think it's time to see who the winner is. Let's count up these bulbs. This is every single bulb from the machine. Don't think I missed any. So give me a couple minutes and we'll see. Remember, I guessed 114. I kind of wanted to change my guess halfway through, but you can't do that. That's cheating. All right, here we go. Ooh. There's a lot at stake here, so let's get this right. $100, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 113. Can you believe that? I literally just educatedly guessed. Literally one bulb off. Unless I somehow missed one, but I think I won that because I was the closest without going over. Unless you got 114 right on the nose. I mean 113 right on the nose. Wait, I did go one over. Never mind. You all win. My battery is getting dangerously low. But let's throw in some plastics and some pop bumper caps. Alright, sorry I had to charge my phone there, so you didn't see the last finishing touches, which was basically me just throwing in all the screws. And for the center plastic, I went with the metal acorn nuts, because if you just keep hitting that over and over again, and you have these little rubbers on there, they will actually just pop off. So these being threaded stand a better chance. And then I've got this gate situated, and I put on a nylon acorn nut there. We need some threads to hold that gate into place. These guys are all installed, so I just got to do the lane guides. I still haven't officially decided if I'm going OG or something new, but that'll depend on what I need for my flipper rebuild. If I actually need to order parts, then maybe I will order lane guides. If I do not need any parts, if I have already got them in stock, what I need, then I might just go with the OG lane guides. I might lep that one out. Low-end pinball, just because, you know, they're fine. That's getting real particular, so I may just live with that. But then again, that depends on what I need. Like, I'm gonna probably switch from those stupid linear flippers to the OG style. So I need it's like Flip 03 kit from Pinball Resource. I think, oh look, here, this is sad. I've got a, oh wait, no, what is this? Oh, that's the Flip 04. That is sad. There's another Flip 04. I probably have a linear rebuild kit, which was what I was gonna say was sad. What is that? Another 04. Ooh, it's good coil stop, good parts in there. Hey, wait, is 04 linear? Yeah, that looks like linear action, sort of. Missing the pawl though. Anyway, yeah, so there's that. But kind of getting close to the finish line. We've got to rebuild pop bumpers, flippers, deal with the lane guides, install the Siegecraft light adapters, LED adapters, fix whatever lamps are not working, rebuild the shooter rod. Yeah, I still got to do that. Listen to that. It's the thud. But yep, things are getting close. I have a little bit of time. You know what? I think I'll rebuild this shooter rod. Alright, the rod's a little greasy after so many years. Spring's pretty broken. And I bent the crap out of the washer trying to remove it. And this is just covered in grease. I'll fix all that up. Okay, it's all cleaned up. New spring, new washers, the better kind. And that's better. Still feels a little thuddy, but you know what? This shooter rod is a little bit warped. That's from like people pulling on it and then like kind of like bending down. So I don't know. I think that should be fine. Let's give it a try. Are we live? Okay. Here we go. So yeah, if you spin the shooter rod around, you could actually catch the edge a little bit. I didn't clean the front of these guys. So you kind of gotta line it up. Middle and then nice solid plunge. Okay, ready? Yeah, that's fine. That's all we need. Okay, that's good. Okay, put a pretty good dent on the project in this episode. Very pleased with the results. So it is time to wrap up and yeah, go eat some potato chips or something. So see you guys on the next one.